Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you to everyone who's attending our talk today. Powering a delightful travel experience with a real-time data hub. Really excited to present today with American Airlines. But first, I'll give a little bit of context of some of the airline industry challenges at a glance from a high-level perspective. So some of the challenges out there, such as meeting the demands of digital age customers, people who are used to real-time experiences, using iPhones, using tablets, all the great innovation, providing on-time service with exceptional customer experience on both the hard product and the soft product. And of course, in this climate, how rising costs lead to thinner margin for error. And at the end of the day, siloed data can impact a seamless operation. When data is siloed between reservations, fleet tracking, tech ops, loyalty from analytics and decision engine platforms, it can really impact a seamless operation. And data is the key to optimizing operations and providing stellar customer experiences. And I'm really excited today to introduce a team that went through a digital transformation journey. I'm going to be introducing Ganesh, who's Senior Manager of Cloud and Data Engineering at American Airlines. Lots of experience in the industry using mission-critical software in very high-stakes operations, while also tying it back to business-level KPIs and making sure that performance is meeting the demands of the business. And in Ganesh's spare time, he loves to travel with his family on American Airlines, of course. So with that, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Ganesh.
Thank you, John. Oh, thank you for that, too. Am I audible? Is that cool? No? Is it on now?
Yeah. Okay.
Good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, John. I think I should probably put that on my LinkedIn profile as soon as I get out of here. Anyways, American Airlines at a glance. So at American Airlines, we are committed to living our purpose, which is to care for people on their life journey. We have about 5,800 flights a day to over 350 plus destinations across 60 plus countries. Let me repeat that again, 5,800 flights every day. There's a lot of moving parts, literally, and flying aircrafts. So we are committed to running a reliable operation, and that is where tech ops maintenance of an aircraft comes to the fore. Before I get into tech ops, a trivia question. Do you know where the largest commercial aviation maintenance base in the world is? Go for it. Tulsa, close enough. Tulsa. Tulsa is where it is, and American Airlines owns it. It's over 33 acres of land over there, like 8 or 9 hangars. I don't know if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a huge maintenance base. So what does TechOps do? It is the maintenance and repair wing of American Airlines, making sure the scheduled and unscheduled maintenance are done on time, either at the line station or at the base maintenance facilities. Making sure we have the parts and tools required for the maintenance are available on time. Stocking and replenishing of the parts at various stations across the nation and outside of the nation too, wherever we fly to. Making sure all the reliability aspects, times and cycles on an aircraft parts are maintained accurately. These are not the only things we do, but this is just a list of what TechOps does. Hopefully that gives you an idea. While we started this one out, so we had 2 major challenges, right? One was providing real-time information for our operational and analytical needs to our frontline team members using our application and the business teams. So we used to be in a legacy world where we had stored procedures churning through millions of rows of data, where one single change took about 25, 30 minutes to get to the front line. So that's a long time. So that was one challenge. The other one was to break down silos, have a single source of truth, thereby reducing the cost of having the same or similar information in multiple systems or using multiple APIs. And we have been on a cloud journey over the last few years, and our partnership with Microsoft has helped us tremendously. In 2022, American Airlines announced a strategic partnership with Microsoft Azure to transform operations and analytics in the cloud. I had to say that there. Anyways, as you may or may not have noticed, we follow the hub and spoke model for our operations. Our main hubs are Dallas, Charlotte, Miami, among others, power our network. Similar concept is applied to our data. We have our maintenance data hub that powers our tech ops systems. We also wanted to have an event-driven architecture And that is where Striim came into the picture. And with that, I'll turn it over to Pradeep for the timeline of adoption of Striim itself.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Ganesh. Really, I will be covering today the adoption journey with the Striim. So if I remember right, I think back in April 2022, I met John. We had a couple of options, but we ended up with the Striim because it's one of the right solutions for us as a part of the architecture. So we started a kickoff in April first week, couple of meetings going back and forth, trying to finalize things and establishing the connectivities, whatnot. Then later, the busiest weeks was like second to the end of the April, where we executed a lot of data use cases, platform use cases. We got some data engineers helping us. We got UI engineers helping us to start getting into to consuming the events. More than above, like I think at the end of the April, I think we were in a stage like a logical conclusion that Striim fits our needs. So Ganesh started the budgeting. So I started the networking, security, and the risk reviews. So overall, if you look at the adoption itself, we took like 6 weeks. Since it was low code kind of a thing, it was very easy to adapt as well. The cutover day was in June, but before that we didn't cut over. Even though we onboarded the SaaS very quickly, we didn't do that because we wanted to have a production acceptance because it has a direct impact on the operation and the analytical piece. So we took some break like for 2 weeks to stimulate like a parallel run kind of a thing. And then maybe we did the cutover in June, maybe first week. All the events today, whatever the events flowing through is been consumed, is been pushed by Striim. So at the end of the day, it's mostly like we process close to like 2 billion events a month, which is solving our operational and analytical, simple to complex scenarios. Yeah. So back to you, John. Or back to you, Ganesh.
All right. Thank you, Pradeep. I mean, as we went through the POC, we had laid out a bunch of success criteria from a data use case perspective, from a latency perspective, time to market, development speed perspective, and also from a platform perspective as far as reliability and HA are concerned, high availability. So used to acronyms in the airline industry. So anyways, so here is a high level of how we use Striim, right? It is our unified streaming platform from source systems into event hubs. We had 3 major use cases as we went into it. The first one was obviously the Mongo that we did the POC on, Mongo Atlas. From Mongo Atlas into event hubs. The second one was from Postgres server into event hubs. The third one was from, it's actually a replication from database to another database, which is a small, specific, very specific use case we had. That was from Mongo to a SQL server. Currently, what we have under development is eventing out of a SQL Server database into event hubs. You might be asking why event hubs all the time, because that's pretty much what all we do here, right? The reason for that is we want to write it out to the event hub topics once and use it multiple times, because that always happens. Once it is available, there might be more use cases that might come up. All we need to do is create a consumer group, and anybody can use it from there. That's the primary reason we started writing everything to event hubs. And as far as Striim is concerned, what do I like about Striim? Striim is a fully managed service that reduces our total cost of ownership while providing a simple drag and drop UI. And no maintenance overhead for me to maintain the infrastructure or from American Airlines to maintain the infrastructure. So SaaS model works great for us. And apps within Striim is TQL based. So it is fairly easy to make a template out of it, plug and play with different parameters, and import the app immediately, and it is ready to go. So it tremendously improved our reusability of the code and improved time to market as well. Moving on. All right, this is the money slide. Okay, so this is the end-to-end high-level architecture for both operational and analytical use case, where we have used Striim and Databricks. Shows the different layers, the eventing layer, the Kubernetes layer, the data layer, and the API layer. The DataHub layer, which is in Mongo, has 3 different databases, bronze, silver, gold, with bronze being the raw layer, which has the data offloaded from our mainframe systems. As soon as a change happens, it is captured by Striim and put onto an Event Hub topic. Once it's in the topic, we have 2 paths. One is the analytical path, the other one is the operational one. We use Databricks, the Spark structured streaming, to pick it up, send it to the data lake for real-time usage by our business units in supply chain, reliability, line and base maintenance, including MOC. I'm sure Logan appreciates that, MOC. The other path is the application focus, where the apps team pick it up and apply the business logic, which is eventually consumed by our GraphQL APIs and then displayed onto the UIs. You might be asking, what kind of UIs are we talking about? These are all used by maintenance personnel, the crew chiefs, and everyone who's at the line to kind of look up a part, understand how much availability they have, the on-hand quantities, which is for a part at a station, if they want to place a purchase order or a repair order, or they want to ship a part or bin a part in the warehouse, or take a part out of the bin. All of these operations are done by the maintenance personnel and crews in the front line, and that is totally powered by our DataHub and the eventing technology that Striim provides. And at the same time, the same information is also dropped into the data lake for analysts to do their magic. So this entire architecture is built for speed and performance to meet the real-time needs the real-time SLAs that we have for tech ops. It is also built to scale based on workload for both operational applications and business intelligence. And every single layer that you see is in the cloud, and it's in 2 regions, except maybe Striim at this point. But most of these applications are highly available, active in both regions, or active-passive. All right, so this is one of the use cases, and this is a very interesting one in the sense that business team developed this app on their own, right, on top of the data lake, using an Angular front end and a Node backend using Databricks SQL driver. This is an app that TechOps uses for remain overnight maintenance at stations, which is called as RON. What is RON? Remain overnight maintenance is the maintenance that is performed at our stations to get the aircraft ready for the next day. Right start, to have a right start. Why? The right start is super crucial for us. I don't know if you attended the session by JetBlue yesterday, they had explained it really well. In case we do not have a right start, there is a cascading effect of an aircraft getting delayed all through the day, which is not great for us. So having a right start is very crucial, and this application helps with that. The other use case, this is more a batch use case. This sends out an hourly metrics, which compares the 30-day aggregate over to most of our leadership, so they can kind of continue the trending, continue to watch the trend and see if they need to make any decisions quickly. So coming back to the point, Striim allowed us to do this. It integrates data from multiple source systems in real time, including databases, messaging systems, log files, sensors, and other cloud platforms. We are still in the database stage. I'm sure we'll get to the messaging systems, log files, and sensors very soon. So and then there was, yes, state data is reliability. One of my colleagues yesterday, Teja and Madan, made a presentation yesterday where they had mentioned it's very important to have the right data at the right place at the right time. And real-time information is very important, and Striim helped us do that. Thank you. And with that, I'll turn it over to John for the rest of it. Thank you.
Great. Quick round of applause for the presenters here. So, yeah, great presentation. I'd love to hear about, real-world digital transformation use case that, and it's so real to see, implemented in a matter of weeks, really riding the tailwinds, literally, of moving data to the cloud. But, just like tech ops, a lot of the hardest work is on the ground. So it's good to see that built out, and we were happy to support them. And the other thing is that, transformation is a journey, not a destination. As you all saw, there's lots of amazing announcements coming out this week across all the data vendors and the ecosystem, and continue to innovate is critical. I'm going to give a quick overview of what Striim does. I'm John Kute, I'm a director from the Striim product team. Just a bit about the company. Our background comes from Oracle, Golden Gate, Salesforce, AWS, so really combining the best of both worlds in terms of change data capture and highly available cloud infrastructure. We're proud to have industry-leading customers in almost every industry. Strategic partnerships with Databricks, Microsoft, Google Cloud, and lucky to have good investors to date. At a very high level, Striim, especially in the Databricks ecosystem, allows you to have the industry's fastest, easiest to use, fully managed data streaming and integration into Databricks with initial load and cutover into change data capture as well, so that you can build data-driven customer experiences and real-time back-end operations, as you saw demonstrated today in Ganesh and Pradeep's presentation. So in really diving into the key parts of the platform, we have change data capture, we have streaming SQL, so you can actually model and transform data as it's coming through in flight, especially when you have real-time SLAs that you're trying to maintain throughout the business, or just-in-time SLAs, as mentioned. You can't wait for lots of sequence batch jobs to transform the data. Striim will allow you to do it in memory in real time, handle schema changes from all your upstream sources, give you granular rules in terms of how you want to process them. And the way we really do this, I'm going to dig into the core parts of the platform here, is we take continuous data streams coming from various sources. We're able to mine them ourselves, be able to do the collection, continuous queries where you can do transformation, filtering, enrichment from external sources as well. So you have a true real-time view as data is being ingested. And you saw announcements with Databricks this week supporting live tables and materializations in their SQL engine. And this goes hand in hand with that and enables anomaly detection, multi-stream correlation, and pattern matching as you're moving into analytics engines and systems of engagement. Also being able to write data out to platforms like Salesforce and ServiceNow and Slack for engagement and operations teams to actually leverage it. So I'm going to jump over to a quick video demo here of the Striim experience when you actually sign up for it for the first time. We have a targeted product called Striim for Databricks, which is available on our website. You're able to try it yourself, no credit card required. I'm going to walk through this pipeline that you can build, actually being able to instantiate some of your sources, do the schema migration and cutover. You can see it's actually a very simple user experience to define your pipelines, your sources, be able to do the, as you add connection details, decide how you want to write your changes as audit logs or actually apply the DML to the downstream target directly. We do all the permission validation for you, save all the connection details so you can actually, when you're building things like a single producer out to multiple consumers, you can reuse the same producer without duplicating data or duplicating work. And of course, when you're deploying things in the cloud, deduplication is critical. You don't want to have compounding costs from compute, storage, for the same data just because you have more consumers. So Striim allows you to do that. But from an end user perspective, even though this is powered by data streaming, it can feel like ELT. It can feel like extract, load, transform. And that's one of the key things that, that we're proud to demonstrate with the new Striim for Databricks product. And one of the great features as well is being able to define table groups, which at a high level generally allow you to say, hey, for this group of tables, I want to ingest it into Databricks in this format with this SLA, dedicate certain resources to it so that they're able to stay online while they're, even if one of your consumers goes down, your other consumers are still online, able to continue ingesting data. So that first pipeline, the initial value can be realized in seconds, or maybe let's say minutes. You can actually, it might take you a couple minutes to build a first pipeline. But the actual replication and being able to see data from source to target, you can scale this out in the cloud with our fully managed service, throw more compute resources if you hit bottlenecks, and you have a lot of levers to parallelize it as well. So whether you have a simple use case with just copying tables from source to target, or if you're a very large enterprise with a complex use case and you need to do more of a pub sub model, Striim is very flexible as a fully managed service where you can do that. So here we see that in this video as you click through this. You're able to copy that data from Oracle to Databricks as quick as possible, and we give you a very simple managed experience to do so. So coming back to the presentation, this is diving into how you can actually optimize your pipelines with table groups. And the table group feature also gives you the capability of saying, hey, do I want to propagate schema changes automatically, or do I want to define some rules on how to handle those schema changes? Because there are situations where, yes, if we're adding tables, always propagate that to my downstream consumer. But if there's an update or if they're changing alter columns, something along those lines, that could break downstream applications. So you're actually allowed to be at a granular level, define how you want to handle that with the table groups features in the new Striim for Databricks product. And in the Striim platform, you'll see many options when you go to our website in terms of ways to use Striim. Striim Cloud is available on Azure, on AWS, on Google Cloud. And we really encourage everyone to just go ahead and try it yourself. So when you can actually scan this QR code to try it yourself for free. This will take you to our website. You can sign up for a trial. We'll email you the invite link. No credit card required. It'll deploy Striim in the cloud. And you have a lot of options for deployment, but we're always passionate about letting users really try the product, apply it in their own use cases, and get to real-time data movement as quickly as possible for maximum adoption internally. So with that being said, thank you to everyone who attended. Thank you to our presenters today, Ganesh and Pradeep from American Airlines. If you have questions, we're going to be at the Striim booth. Ganesh and Pradeep have a flight to catch, an on-time American Airlines flight. So it's so we'll be in the Striim booth. If you have any questions, we're happy to give deep dive demos. If you have certain connectors or use cases or transformation modeling questions, I'm happy to dive through that as well. So thank you to everybody, and also thank you to Databricks for hosting this great industry event. We're able to speak about all the innovation going on in the market. So appreciate everyone who joined us today. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thanks, Ganesh. Thanks, Pradeep.